So what is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. This is a brand new video series on music theory for metal players. Now guys, this video series is honestly a culmination of years and years of me asking a bunch of stupid questions and not really getting the answers that I'm looking for. Whenever you see music theory or you see guitar theory, it's always for rock and roll or for jazz or for blues, and it's also always in standard tuning. Now, I understand why that is, but for guys like you and I and girls, it's very frustrating because you want to apply the music theory in standard tuning and use it for drop tunings, right? Well, look no further, guys. You have found the place. This video series, I'll cover all the music theory that you want to know, and I'll put it all together in a video series. So today's video, guys, is part 1, the basics. Now in the studio, you can see I have a rather subtle looking guitar. This is the Keith Merrow 7-string. Yeah, just real subtle to the eyes, nothing too flamboyant at all. But for this, guys, I want to talk about tuning. Again, this is for metal. 99% of all metal, let's be real, is in some sort of drop tuning. Whether you have 6, 7, or 8 string, they're mostly in drop tunings. And there's a reason why for that. So starting off, our tuning for this guitar, 7-string, is drop A. Alright? So you have A, E, A, D, G, B, and E. So what I'm going to recommend right off the bat, guys, is when you're learning this video series, I highly suggest picking one tuning, your favorite tuning, and sticking with it. It doesn't matter if you have 6 strings, 7 strings, or 8 strings. All these things that I'm about to tell you guys will certainly apply to your fretboard and to your guitar. For this video series, I'm picking drop A because it's pretty heavy and it's not too ignorant. We're not getting down in the drop E stuff. It is pretty low, but it's not too low. And it's pretty easy to understand because there's no sharps and or flats in the actual string names. So first thing I want to talk about is why drop tuning is tuned the way it is. So if you look at your guitar, or look at my guitar, the first 2 strings are A and E. Reason being is that's what's called a perfect fifth. Now, in perfect fifth in metal world and in layman's terms is just a power chord. All power chords are used in all rock music, but let's think of like Iron Man, let's think of Rock You Like a Hurricane by the Scorpions. Those are power chords, you know? That's a power chord. So when you drop tune, it makes it very convenient and easier for the guitar player. So right off the bat, your A and E, that's open. That's a chord. That's a power chord. And if you throw the other A underneath, then you have another power chord. Basically, you have the octave. You have A, E, A. So your first 3 strings are a chord. And that's easy because then you don't have to fret anything, and it's when you're in open tuning or in a drop tuning, you're automatically easier to play a song without even really fretting any notes. So then from there, once you have your first 3 strings down, you know, your power chord shape, if you will, your perfect fifth, and then from here you go E to A, that is a perfect fourth. And think of songs like Amazing Grace, like like those first 2 notes of Amazing Grace, that's a perfect fourth. So it's a little easier to think about. So then from there, perfect fourth again, A to D, perfect fourth again, D to G, and then from here, if you guys ever notice, like when you're going down your string and you're tuning, why the G to the B string is a little bit different, that is a major third. And reason being is when the guitar was invented way back in the day, like 10, 15 years ago when the electric guitar was made, when the guitar was made, it was practical to tune the guitar this way. That way it was easier for chord shapes. If you had another perfect fourth here, it would be really difficult to fret a chord without, breaking your hand basically. So the major third is from the G to the B. And lastly, back to the perfect fourth, you have B to E. All right, now I'll get into intervals later on, but basically, guys, you're not alone in this video series. This video series is going to be seriously just everything that I've had to like figure out on my own and ask questions to like jazz players and classical guitar players that really don't know anything really about metal, but you know, they did their very best to answer it, and just from the things that they taught me, I'm certainly applying to this. Alright guys, so that is part 1, alright? That is the basics of this video series, your tuning of your guitar, and basically why it's tuned the way it is. Again, pick one tuning, stick with it, and this rest of this video series will be so much easier for you guys to comprehend, alright? It was for me, let me tell you. Again, if you have any questions about music theory or guitar theory in general, leave it down below. Any questions that you've had throughout your entire life that you never had answered, I'll do my very best to answer it for you, alright? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Be on the lookout for part 2. Stay metal. I'll see you guys next time.